Hello and welcome to this News9 special. There was a very interesting organized event that took place in Gujarat, especially in Saurashtra, and the Prime Minister have also addressed the people who had attended that event. The event spoke about the ancient ties between Saurashtra as well as Tamil Nadu, and Saurashtrian Tamils had in fact come for that event. Well, Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Wednesday had said that the shared history of Saurashtra and Tamil Nadu gives the assurance that India has the power to innovate even in the most difficult circumstances. He was addressing the ceremony at Saurashtra-Tamil Sangamam via video conference when he made this statements. In fact, he said that it is also a co-influence of nationalist fervor of Sardar Patel and Subramanya Bharati. Now, it is also being said that hundreds of people had attended this particular event, and it is being organized on the lines of Ek Bharat Shreshth Bharat. He also said that during the Azadi Ki Amrit Mahotsav that the country is witnessing a new cultural tradition like Saurashtra-Tamil Sangamam. The Prime Minister further added that there is a need for harmony and also to stop cultural clashes that have been erupting, especially on localized understanding and interpretation of culture. Well, he also went on to say that this is an immortal tradition of India which takes everyone along and moves ahead with inclusive, accepts everyone and also moves forward with everyone. Now, mentioning the power of the Sangam, Modi said that just like the convergence of the streams, we are looking at the creation of this Sangam where the Indian cultures are coming together despite of their diversities. The Prime Minister taking interest in ensuring that the ancient ties between different parts of the country is in fact celebrated and does not become a cause of division. Now, the 10-day confluence saw more than 3,000 Saurashtrian Tamils come to Somnath on a special train. The program began on April 17 with its closing ceremony that was held in Somnath on April 26. Now, to discuss about this, we are joined in by Venkat Narayan, senior journalist, and also Paki Krishnan, who's also a senior journalist. Let's go to Venkat Narayan first. Venkat Narayan, how do you see trying to unearth these ancient ties that have been there? Also, can you tell the link between Saurashtra and Tamil Nadu?
Well, Saurashtra and Tamil Nadu have been parts of the same country, India, for millennia. And, people from one part of India going to live in another part of India is nothing unusual. So you had a large number of Tamils working in Saurashtra and vice versa. So, but it's very interesting that the BJP in general and the Prime Minister in particular has made this special effort to make the Tamils feel at home in Saurashtra. And we must remember that the election to the next Lok Sabha is due in barely a year from now. So it makes a lot of sense for Mr. Modi to make all possible efforts to make the Tamils feel welcome and make them feel at home in Gujarat with an eye on the election. After all, the BJP wants to improve its position in Tamil Nadu, which is very pathetic at this point of time. So, but I'm not surprised at all that Mr. Modi has chosen a time like this to, invite or, welcome the Tamils. And, these events in which the Prime Minister participates are nationally televised. I'm sure the idea was to reach out to the voters in Tamil Nadu. We'll have to see what kind of impact it will have in the elections barely 1 year from now. Vagis?
Well, let us also get in Paki Krishnan into the discussion. Mr. Krishnan, how do you see? Is it an attempt to create an electorate within Tamil Nadu? Of course, right now, if my statistics are correct, there are only 4 BJP MLAs within Tamil Nadu's assembly. But is it a longer effort that they are looking at, where they are trying to create electorates in Tamil Nadu by having such events?
I must thank you, Varghese, for this interesting debate discussion. Let me say that there were so many prime ministers addressing in Tamil, starting their speeches, delivering their lectures in Tamil Nadu, starting with the word Vanakkam, good morning, Nandri, and all these things. But I have seen almost all the prime ministers speaking like that. But the first prime minister who quotes Tamil verses across, not only across the country, wherever he goes, like Malaysia, whenever he visits foreign countries like US, any other countries like Malaysia, Singapore, or Sri Lanka, he quotes, every time he quotes Tamil classic verses. This is one part regarding the Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi. Second thing, I must be thankful to Prime Minister for arranging a Saurashtra and Tamil festival, this Sangamam. Because you must remember, I think you may be aware of it, the Saurashtrians are gathered, like in South Corporate, lot of Rajasthanis there in Chennai, and in Tanjavur, some Maharashtrians there, and so many other places, other people from other states have settled down. But the Saurashtrians have settled down in the belt of Madurai, which is known for preserving Tamil language, literature, and culture. Madurai is a place where Tamil Sangam, the classic, which developed a lot of scriptures, Tamil scriptures, literatures have been written in the Sangam, Tamil Sangam in Madurai. So there is more relevant to celebrate such Sangamam in Saurashtrian Tamil Sangamam at Gujarat. So there is a link between Gujarat and Tamil Nadu. Number one, Mahatma Gandhi, who also wrote some letters in Tamil and who also loved Tamil. The second Gujarati who loved Tamil more, I can even say more than some people in Tamil Nadu. He loves Tamil, is our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So there was once, I must quote in some Tamil proverbs also. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you can hear. Go ahead.
There were, in those days, in the early 60s, north is growing and south is declining. வடக்கு வாழ்கிறது, தெற்கு தேய்கிறது. That has been completely revamped. Another thing, if you want to integrate the entire nation, only through this cultural binding, the country can be integrated. Like Mahakavi Bharati, who wrote a lot of poems on national integration, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel has united the entire nation.
But Paki, is
so
this
there
the
is a relevance?
But okay, sorry to interrupt you, but is it the longer plan that we are looking, where the BJP is now trying to create electorates? Is it that the case? Because see, when it comes to Tamil Nadu, Tamil is a very, very important factor. And the Dravidian politics has been, moving around Tamil as a language, Tamil as a culture. But over here, you're giving a counter argument. You're saying that Tamil as a culture can also be integrated, need not stay independent and away from others. It is an integrated language. It can be integrated. Yes. It's not that, it is an isolated development. We have people from Gujarat, especially Saurashtra, as you said, who settled down in the Madurai belt, and in that area where the language has been given the focus. So it is well thought out as a political strategy also. It is a well thought out political strategy to actually say that Tamil has an integrative element.
Yes, Tamil as an integrative element, and I must recall one thing. It was a language issue which brought the Dravidian parties in the state throwing out Congress government in 1967. So you remember the affinity to the language, the commitment to the language by Tamils is more. So this will definitely work out. If you ask me to say that what will have the impact of these kind of cultural events in the political arena, yes, it will definitely have an impact. The Tamil Nadu, the BJP's commitment to the growth of Tamil and commitment to the development of the Tamil language and literature will have its own impact in Tamil Nadu, which will be translated into votes or any other way. So they will again be given a chance to take more political decision on Tamil. So it will definitely have an impact, the cultural impact, the political impact. This will also play a role on this. So the
So,
event,
okay,
such
then we
event
should
should.
see this, you're saying, let in fact get Venkat Narayan also. Do you agree that we should see this both as a political event as well as a cultural event? Of course, the cultural part of it, we talk about, communities in two different parts of the country coming together, having to share their association to the common factor of Tamil. But again, Venkat Narayan, how do you see this? Is it to give another narrative talking about Tamil as an integrated language than a language that is staying independent when it comes to Dravidian politics? Because Dravidian politics talks about the uniqueness of Tamil rather than the integrative element, and that's why the need to stay independent and autonomous. But when it comes to the narrative that is coming in from the BJP and also with events like the Saurashtra-Tamil Sangamam, what we are seeing is that, is it another approach talking about integrating Tamil into the larger Indian culture and larger Indian diversity? Is this the narrative that is being trying to be pushed into?
See, it is widely known that Tamil is the most ancient language, older than Sanskrit. Tamils are very proud of their language, there is no doubt about that. And there is a link between culture and politics in India, and the language has played a very important role. It was on the issue of language that the DMK successfully came to power in 1967. So during the last 56 years, no non-Dravidian party was ever able to come to power. And who aspired to rule India had to form some kind of alliance with whichever party was in power in Tamil Nadu. Like Mrs. Gandhi had a tie-up with M.G. Ramachandran, and later with Karunanidhi, and Jayalalitha also had a tie-up with Rajiv Gandhi, and then she came back to power, so on and so forth. The BJP has a tie-up with the AIADMK, which is not in power anymore. And as you said, the BJP was given 20 assembly segments to fight from in the last assembly elections, and they managed to get only 4 seats on 3.66% of the popular vote. And recently, their leader, the BJP leader in Tamil Nadu, has kicked up a big row on the so-called DMK files, in which he made serious charges of corruption, saying that the DMK is more corrupt than Robert Clive ever was. And the DMK is now suing Annamalai and the BJP for 500 crores of rupees. They say Annamalai must apologize without unconditional apology should be offered by the BJP on the national newspapers and television, and or pay 500 crores of rupees as damages. And BJP's stance on Hindi is being painted as an effort by Stalin that they want to impose Hindi on the people of Tamil Nadu. So BJP is primarily seen as a Hindi party, a North Indian party, and its efforts to, make some kind of inroads into Tamil Nadu in particular and South India in general does not seem to be very successful. Popular opinion
But they
polls
are
have
attempting it, isn't it, Venkat Narayan? They are actually attempting it. They're trying to make those inroads as such. But before we continue with the discussion, let's listen into what the Prime Minister spoke about yesterday, especially on the links between Saurashtra and Tamil Nadu.
सौराष्ट्र तमिल संगमम का ये आयोजन केवल गुजरात और तमिलनाडु का संगम नहीं है। ये देवी मीनाक्षी और देवी पार्वती के रूप में एक शक्ति की उपासना का उत्सव भी है। ये भगवान सोमनाथ और भगवान रामनाथ के रूप में एक शिव की भावना का उत्सव भी है। ये संगमम नागेश्वर और सुंदरेश्वर की धरती का संगम है। ये श्री कृष्ण और श्री रंगनाथ की धरती का संगम है। ये संगम है नर्मदा और वैगई का। ये संगम है डांडिया और कोलाठम का। ये संगम है द्वारिका और मदुरई जैसी पवित्र पुरियों की परंपराओं का।
Well, now let me get Paki Krishnan into this conversation. We see that over here, the Prime Minister was talking about the fact that the connections of temples in this particular bite. And when you say that when we look at the Saurashtra Tamils settled out in Madurai, Madurai is a temple town. So the BJP is also looking at its core voters when you're talking about the temple town. And we're talking about religion, we're talking about probably Hinduism's hold in Tamil Nadu being Madurai as such. So there is a well thought Saurashtra Tamil settled in Madurai, Madurai being a temple town. So it is quite well thought out when it comes to messaging, isn't it?
Exactly. Madurai is a place which gives a political turn, U-turn on many places, like when Mr. MGR, Purushi Thalaivar MGR was thrown out of the party, and way back in 1972, he just held a conference in Madurai, through which he launched his new outfit called AIDMK, which came to power and kept the DMK out of power for nearly a decade. 3 times MGR won consequently. So Madurai is a place is sentimentally good for political leaders, number one. Number two, you said about the temples and culture aspects. Also, Tamil language and literature, that is more important. I must
But also,
say,
Bhagis Krishna,
being,
sorry to interpret, but you're talking about Tamil language and culture revolving around a temple culture, revolving around a,
Yes, exactly.
a religious
Yes, exactly.
culture. Yeah. So it is. So that is what I was
Exactly,
trying to say. Yeah. Yes. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Madurai, there is a temple tank is there. We call it Pushkarani or Kottravani. That temples where the tank where Tirukkural was launched. Abhayar scriptures were launched. That is supposed to be launched in the Madurai Pushkarani. So culture and language, literature are interlinked. So it will have its own impact on other issues also. Madurai is a place where the Pandya kings ruled. They established justice. They provided the best governance through their kingdom, ruling from Madurai. So Madurai, everywhere it is correct. Another thing I just forgot to tell you one thing. The second Sangam, Tamil Sangam, in which one of the kings was part of the Sangam, called Tuvaraikol, which means the king of Dwaraka. Who is the king of Dwaraka? None other than Lord Sri Krishna. So it is said in the old scriptures of Tamil that Lord Krishna, like Lord Shiva, who was part of third Sangam, Lord Krishna was also part of second Sangam. Of course, unfortunately, we don't have all the scriptures and literature which vanished in the flood, right? So there is a connection between Dwaraka or Gujarat, as Honorable Prime Minister said. There is a link between Dwaraka and Madurai, and Narmada and Vaigai, and so many other aspects. Another thing I must tell you, the famous singer T.M. Soundarajan belongs to that community. There are so many Tamil scholars who contributed to Tamil literature in Tamil Nadu. They lived in Madurai. They were from the Saurashtra communities. Their mother tongue is Saurashtra. That is what I want to say. The link between the two. This is one thing we must remember, that binding the link between north and south, strengthening the binding between north and south is also there.
Binding, in fact, interesting. Let me get Venkat Narayan into this. Venkat Narayan, am I reading it wrong, or you can in fact correct me? There is a revolutionary kind of Tamil culture that is associated with the Dravidian parties, and it is centered around Chennai, and you have the modern Tamil literatures like in fact Karunanidhi, and as well as film stars like MGR as well as Jayalalitha, who have that narrative with them. And then you have another Tamil kind of a culture that is surrounded around Madurai, its temple culture, and as well as its religious innovations. So we have here two types of Tamil cultures actually being looked into over here. The BJP, with the Prime Minister's outreach for the Tamils, has been looking at that Madurai-centered Tamil culture around temples, around the spirituality of the Tamils, and then you have the modernist, revolutionary, Periyarist kind of a Tamil that we have seen with the emergence of the Dravidian parties centered around Chennai, so or even in other bastions as well. So, is there going to be a clash of these two Tamils in when I talk about it, two Tamil cultures that we are going to look at, because it looks like the BJP is now finding that particular niche, that Tamil language is not only about revolutionizing or talking about modern concepts, it's also about the spiritual connect it has with Hinduism as such. So is there a two Tamil clash that we're looking at, and the BJP has been able to actually find out that difference of these two Tamils?
The bottom line is, Varghese.
And I can be corrected, sir. You can be fair with, honest here.
These both segments of the Tamil Nadu religious groups or linguistic groups, whatever you call it, bottom line is they're all Hindus, okay? So the DMK has been, anti-God kind of thing, they don't believe in Brahmanism, they don't believe in, the concept of God and all that. Whereas Madurai is a deeply religious place. Madurai Meenakshi is an internationally famous temple, and all Hindus from all over the country go and visit that place, as well as Tirupati in Andhra Pradesh and so on. The point I'm trying to make is, it's very unfortunate that Tamil Nadu, the people of Tamil Nadu, have not been able to free themselves from the clutches of the Dravidian parties, be it DMK or AIADMK, and they continue to, stick to Tamil as a language. And if anybody talks about the need for the Tamils to learn other languages in general and Hindi in particular, whether it is Stalin or whoever is in power in Tamil Nadu at any given point of time, they make a hell of a lot of noise. But if you are living in a huge country with so many different languages like India, if a Tamil, he's aspiring to land a job in one of the central services, he needs to know Hindi, which is spoken by, nearly 50% of the population in this country, or English, which is widely understood all over the country. So the average Tamil is not particularly conversant with English, nor does he know much about Hindi. The same thing can be said about Gujarat. The knowledge of English by Gujarati is absolutely hopeless. Even the Prime Minister has problems expressing himself in English. But it's remarkable that even though Hindi is not his mother tongue, he speaks brilliant Hindi, and he is able to win the hearts of people whose mother tongue is Hindi, but also Hindi is understood by a lot of other people thanks to Bollywood and so on. So if we are trying to integrate the whole country, it is very important that the average Indian should learn, apart from his own mother tongue, at least two other languages, Hindi and English. So long as these things are not implemented properly, we will continue to have problems. For every little thing, Stalin keeps dashing off a letter to Modi saying that Hindi should not be there. People of Tamil Nadu should be allowed to write their exams in Tamil. I said, but when a Tamilian is posted to Ladakh or any other part of North India, how is he going to communicate with the people? These are very serious issues, and I think apart from trying to win the hearts of the Tamil people by, praising the connection with Saurashtra and Hinduism and all that, I think the political leaders of India should also lay emphasis on the need for the average Indian to learn 3 languages, apart from his own mother tongue, 2 other languages. Varghese?
Well, Bhakti Krishnan, now let me come to you again. As we have Venkat, in fact, saying that the issue, of course, when I asked him about whether there are two Tamils existing now, especially one revolving around Madurai and its spiritual connection, the other with the politics of Periyarism and other things. Well, he was, in fact, quite diplomatic then, I should say, talking about why you need to, in fact, learn other languages and also be integrated with the country to a large extent. But Bhakti Krishnan, these events do talk about integration. You have, this is not the first event you're talking about, Saurashtra. There was also the Kashi Tamil Sangamam that we had seen. So this is not a one-off thing. This is going to be there for long. And we are going to see more about Tamil culture coming out into the Hindi belt as well. We are talking about these events giving rise to such aspects of trying to understand Tamil as well as the Tamil language as well as the culture as such. But as these events go, of course, we know there's this people-to-people connect that also happens. How do you think is current Tamil Nadu open to actually go out there and explore and see the other cultures, other languages, and do these events help in trying to bringing out the Tamil people from the narrative that the DMK has put forward, saying that you need to keep an independent vision. At the same time, you can be integrated based on English alone. But what about the other Indian languages? Do you think it will be such events do help in creating some kind of an effort to bring them out of this?
Even bringing them out of what, which kinds, I mean, the closed idea.
Yeah, the closed idea.
Alone. Yes. Do you mean the linked language also, or national
I am talking about the linked
uh,
language, because the linked language has always been spoken about, especially when it comes to the Indian politics. The linked language that they prefer is English. And
I have totally a new perspective on that.
All right.
There will be no need for a linked language. I'm not so strong in English. However, I try to speak it because I studied only Tamil literature. I studied only Tamil literature and it's a Tamil medium. However, I'm able to develop my language, trying to, because of my exposure with the journalism, I'm trying to do that. Let me stop with that. What I want to say, the software, today's technology will make not only India linking with a language, the world will also be linked through a language called software. I'm sure about it because nowadays a lot of mobile, lot of Google. If you try to search for a meaning for any language, you can go to Google and try download it, find it suitable translation. I'll try. You can also make it according to your requirement. So the software, computer, or any technology will be the future linked language. That is my perception. Number two, learning a language is one personal, everybody's personal interest. Out of interest, I may learn a language which I love to learn, like French or Bengali or whatever it may be. That is different. But one thing I must recall that BJP government has brought out the new national education policy in which stress is given on the language which is spoken in the state, that is mother tongue, mother language, mother tongue. And number two, third language is also a part of the new national education policy, which means no imposition of any language. The question of imposition comes when the Congress government in middle of 60s, they tried to impose it. That is the wrong thing. Imposing a language is a bad thing. In the same Tamil Nadu, which elected DMK government, DMK to the power, has encouraged a lot of Hindi movies. Even now, a lot of leaders have opened the CBSE school where Hindi is taught. So there is no question of love to any language by the people. It is politicians who can make it. But I don't think as long as Modi government is there, they will encourage all the languages, especially the Tamil language will also be encouraged more. So the question of linked language does not arise in future because of the technological revolution. So which is taking place. So in future, if I have a few minutes, few seconds, if I have an Android phone with me, if I take the mobile with me, wherever I go, I can read the language which is in the board in some other language. I can read it through my language, showing that. So the technology will be the linked language and no need for any language clash also. If at all anybody makes it, it is pure politics and no language affinity. That's all I want to say.
Well, that's an interesting
So,
take that you have
put it in
on
simple,
the language, saying
Dravidian
that you
parties
don't
have
want a
no-
link. Okay. In fact, it's a very interesting, interesting concept that you have said, that technology has probably resulted in not requirement of a link language as such. But let's listen to what the Prime Minister had to say at that Sangamam. He was in fact talking about the past, the present and the future when it comes to such events. Let's listen to that.
मुझे याद है जब मैं मुख्यमंत्री था तब 2010 में मैंने मदुरई में ऐसे ही भव्य सौराष्ट्र संगम का आयोजन किया था। उस आयोजन में हमारे 50,000 से अधिक सौराष्ट्र के भाई बहन शामिल होने आए थे और आज सौराष्ट्र की धरती पर स्नेह और अपनेपन की वैसी ही लहरें दिख रही है। इतनी बड़ी संख्या में आप सब तमिलनाडु से अपने पूर्वजों की धरती पर आए हैं, अपने घर आए हैं। आपके चेहरों की खुशी देखकर मैं कह सकता हूं, आप यहां से ढेरों यादें और भावुक अनुभव अपने साथ लेकर जाएंगे।
Well, that's all that we have for this hour in News 9. Thank you, Mr. Paki, as well as Mr. Venkatanarayan, for joining us and giving your valuable feedbacks on the Saurashtra-Tamil Sangamam. Well, it looks like Tamil language is now being also looked into from the lens of integration. But then, how is it? Tamil as a revolutionary language and Tamil as its ancient language with spiritual connections. Is there two Tamils or is there only one Tamil language? That is something that seems to be looked into by the politicians. But for the common Tamil national who would be there, or the common Tamil person in the state, he would say that Tamil is a language that integrates everything, and Tamil is also a language that is evolving. Well, with that, it's a wrap on this News 9 special. Stay tuned for News 9 programs.